Happy Saturday. Another one bites the dust. This is just going to become a Brandon Sanderson Stan account, I think. That is just what it's going to become, so be patient with me as I read through the Stormlight archive because it's really, really freaking good. I don't know if this is considered in the Stormlight archive, but it was amazing, amazing. I read it after Way of Kings, before I started Words of Radiance. And it's really, really good. So we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about why I loved it and why it's amazing. The artwork in it is so freaking beautiful. Like, that's Surrey and Susborn. I don't know if the glare is going to let you see that. But I got it for Christmas from Caleb over at Evolved Review, Evolved Entertainment. Absolutely love it. You guys see me on his show talking about a lot of TV shows. Recently did The Last of Us. Sorry, I had to think of what show it was. Recently did The Last of Us review over there. And I'll be doing the finale of The Last of Us. I'm not sure when it's going up, but I know I'm recording it in like a week and a half. So, if you watch The Last of Us, and even if you don't watch The Last of Us, it's got spoilers, but if you don't plan to watch The Last of Us, just go watch me over there on Evolved Entertainment, because it's super fun, and I have the best time talking with Caleb. And on the next one with the season finale of Last of Us, it's going to be like we did the season finale of House of Dragons, where there's going to be like 4 of us. It's what they're calling a podcast assembled, because all 4 of us kind of have our own vlogs or podcasts. It's Oz from Tavern Notice Board on Spotify, which I've been on, and if you love D&D, why are you not listening to the Tavern Notice Board on Spotify? Then, of course, it's hosted by Caleb, who has Entertainment Evolved, who is amazing. He's been putting out so much stuff lately. I think he did like 5 videos last week, he was telling me. It was nuts. Nuts. If you like any sort of entertainment, whether it's TV, movies, or he also is really into some of the local wrestling down here. If you like wrestling, check him out. And then the third person is Ace from the Superhero Homies. I have not been on the Superhero Homies. I'm apparently not a homie, but I can guarantee the show is going to be awesome. I'm a Patreon subscriber to the Superhero Homies because they never fail to make me laugh. They did a game show at the end of the year last year that literally, like, I will start laughing even thinking about it right now. So, yeah, that is coming up in like a week and a half. I will talk about it. I'll probably do a short the day that it comes out so you can go over there and check it out, and it's going to be, I know it's going to be so much fun. I always have an amazing time when I hang out with those guys. And I hope it comes through on the podcast because, yeah, it's always an amazing time. Caleb is also super, super knowledgeable in all things that we're talking about today. Mr. Brandon Sanderson. I'm going from here to the library to get more of his works. I have my Libby app that lets you, have I talked about the Libby app on here before? I don't think I have. So what the Libby app is, this is totally not sponsored by the way, is an app for your Android phone, and you can enter your local library card into it, and then all of your local library's works that are available to read digitally, you can rent them there. And they have a really great thing that says read with Kindle, and you click on it and that thing shoots that book to your Kindle for however long your loans are for. We have 21 days, which is amazing here at this Georgia library. And so I've been reading a lot of his work that I don't own, which I've been kind of slowly buying all of, but you know, we're not going to talk about that. I've been trying to read slowly his work on Libby, through the library app, but there are really long hold times for some of the books that I'm coming up on. So I'm going to go to the physical brick and mortar library today and try to get the his book of novellas. I think he calls it the Arcanium or something like that. Because after I finish Words of Radiance, which I will be doing probably this weekend or the very beginning of next week, after I finish that book, I need to read a story in there before I can read Oathbringer. So, yeah, super, super fun. Lots of, like I said, we're not going to let it turn into a Brandon Sanderson Stan account, but it would definitely do it if I allowed it. So, Warbreaker. Warbreaker takes place on a different planet than either of the other two things that I've read from Brandon Sanderson. So, not on the same planet as the Stormlight books, and not on the same planet as Mistborn. This deals with the gods, they call themselves. The God King needs a wife. And essentially, there is a royal family who is not of the gods. I'm going to do a really bad job explaining this. I'm trying to do a good job though, guys. There's so much going on, and I don't want to say inaccurate information. So, there's a royal family. They are not of the gods. And then there is a god, not family, but gods, right? So, there was a war, the mini war, and the gods kind of took over this place, and the royal family got exiled. They have really cool traits with their hair. They can like change its color and grow it and things like that. In this family, there are 3 daughters. The eldest is supposed to marry, her name is Vivian, the God King, Soosborn. And that's going to form an alliance and hopefully keep these two places from going to war. Now, the king, the royal king, he doesn't really want Vivian to go over there marrying Soosborn because she's an asset to him. Well, the problem is his next daughter down, she's a monk. She's in the religion that they practice elbow deep, and she lives in like a monastery, and she's not an option. But he's got this really wild youngest daughter, and she just doesn't listen. She's constantly getting into trouble. She's always doing whatever it is she wants, and she's just a pain in the king's side. So guess who is getting sent to go and marry the God King? That problematic daughter is going in the place of Vivian, right? Shitty decision by the king. That young daughter, Suri is her name. She ain't ready. She's not ready to be the God King's wife. Vivian, the eldest, has been practicing this her whole entire life, okay? She is ready. She has had lessons. She knows the customs, knows what to do. Suri didn't know none of that. Suri's barely gotten an education because of just always running out on her teachers and her tutors. So, he sent Suri instead. Suri gets to the palace, the God Palace, and very quickly the priests are like, don't speak to the God King, don't touch the God King without him allowing it, don't interact with him at all. He is going to, I want you naked on your knees, kneeling, and then he's going to, like, knock on the door. That means come up and basically, like, lay on the bed and do the business. Y'all got to make a child. Y'all have to make an heir, correct? I shouldn't have knocked on that thing. My dog now thinks somebody's here at the house. It's okay, baby. Mama's sorry. That was Mama. But, so, yeah. They have to make a God King child heir. Right? It's going to combine their 2 bloodlines, as well as there's something weird going on with the God Kings. Okay, Suri and Soosborn kind of find a way to communicate. It turns out that Soosborn's tongue has been cut out. And the reason for that is so that he can't do what they call, like, calling commands or breaths. It's a complicated magic system. Essentially, you can take breaths from other people. They're magical. And you can use them to, if you are an awakener, command other people, lifeless, which are dead corpses, inanimate objects to do things. It's like I said, I'm not going to do the magic system justice. Read it. That's all I can tell you. It's incredible. Vivian, of course, tries to go and rescue her sister, and gets herself into her own whole heap of trouble. I was so mad, though. Spoilers, if you're going to read this book, spoilers. When I first started reading this book, loved Dent and his little crony. Because they were so funny. They were always cracking jokes, and they made me laugh so hard. And I remember I texted another person who has read these books, and I was like, I love the mercenaries. They're so funny. Those bastards. They turned on me. And I was so devastated because they were so funny. And I was so mad about it. But yeah, this one was a quick read. A great read. So funny in parts. So sweet and endearing in parts. Like watching Surrey and Southbourne build their relationship through all of the difficulties that they have. That they're encountering in building a relationship. Like, verbal barriers. So, yeah. And you really don't know who the bad guys are until the very end. It shocked me. I really thought that it was one thing that they were kind of making you feel like it was going to be, that they were building it up. And the actual bad guy, didn't see it coming. I think the reason you're supposed to read this book before you read Words of Radiance is because there are going to be some characters who are going to show up in the Stormlight books. And I'm real excited about that because I loved this batch of characters. I really want more from Vasher and Vivian and their kind of travels and things that they're getting ready to do. I hope this isn't the last I'm hearing of Surrey and Southbourne. I'm really excited. I was told that Brandon Sanderson said he's going to do like a sequel to this book, but it's way out there past some other books he's got coming out. So I'm not holding my breath. I'm not getting like too excited about it, but I am excited because I loved these characters. They're some of my favorite characters in this, well, realm. And so, yeah, I thoroughly loved it. If you are almost, I would almost say if you're towing your foot into Sanderson, you could read this book. You really could, because it's not yet this standalone Warbreaker. I don't feel like needs all of the other worlds in order for it to be read. Warbreaker, I feel like, could be a standalone first book to introduce you to Brandon Sanderson's writing style. I honestly do, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I feel that way. And yeah, so read Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. It's amazing. It's funny, it's cute, it's endearing, it's got magic, it's got fighting. It's not missing very many things at all. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope that you guys continue to subscribe. We had like record for my channel breaking views in February. I want to continue that through March. That's why you're getting a Saturday video. We're going to start doing Saturday videos as long as you guys are watching them and loving them. So yeah, make sure you're liking, you're subscribing, you're commenting, all of those things so that we can keep making more and more videos. And I love you guys so much. I cannot wait to see you on Monday. Monday, we are going to not do Sanderson. We're going to do something else. But I love you guys so much and have a great rest of your day.